Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OTS News. My name is Mean Marky D, MD from NY. Slow news day today, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing on the menu is Sean Ross Sapp eats corn the long way. The latest at 11. Coming up, the best of the best of the best.
All of the things I've seen, every long and winding road. goodness. We got the OTC 1. We got the OTC 1 back. Roman Reigns is back. Does that mean I am the OTC regular? Roman Reigns is back. Can't say that I'm surprised. It's SummerSlam. I think we as fans know Roman's schedule better than Roman. But Roman is back. SummerSlam is on the horizon. And a major tag team match looks to be taking place. CM Punk. Seth Rollins might not be in the picture, but CM Punk is getting a World Heavyweight Championship match in New Jersey against Gunther. Oh my goodness. And the first hour of this show was basically an extra hour of WWE Evolution from last night. I got no problem, bro. I got no problem, especially if Stephanie Vaquer is going to be wearing those pants on a weekly basis. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the beer garden tonight. And when I get to the beer garden on this Monday night, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? And no, corn is not on the menu. I'll see you guys over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw Post Show for July 14th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me right here on your Monday nights, wherever you may be. I'm not a fan of corn, bro. I don't know why you guys are spamming corn emojis, man. Is there something I said? I didn't say anything, man. I'm good to go, bro. I'm good to go. Someone in the chat, by the way, what is this going to take hours over? Why doesn't he start the show? I don't know. Why don't you go watch Fightful? They'll be fucking done in 10 minutes. We do things and operate a little bit differently over here, man. We do something that they don't do. We entertain. Haven't even said a fucking word. They got 2,000 people in here, man. Calm down. We'll get to the wrestling. Monday Night Raw, man. I enjoyed myself tonight. I enjoyed myself a whole lot, man. This show was very good tonight. Coming off of a incredible WWE Evolution show last night in Atlanta. Yes, the only corn I like is the band Korn, led by Mr. Jonathan Davis, man. Good old-fashioned Korn. By the way, Follow the Leader is their best album. That's me anyway. I don't know. Maybe you guys like the debut album. I like Follow the Leader. Monday Night Raw. All joking aside, coming off Evolution last night, I thought tonight was a very good show. Very focused. Obviously, they got 3 weeks to build towards SummerSlam, and it is WWE in overdrive mode. Honestly, they got to piece together this SummerSlam card, and believe it or not, with 3 weeks to go, I said literally this past weekend that it almost feels like with the 2-night SummerSlam that it doesn't feel like a 2-night SummerSlam, and it feels like WWE is building towards a 1-night SummerSlam. We got moving pieces. We got pieces falling into place, and we have what, if you think about, looks like a very, very good SummerSlam card with 2.5 weeks to go, man. Very, very pleased with what's going on right now, given the time coming off of this past weekend and then going into SummerSlam weekend in New Jersey. The big story tonight is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is back tonight. I kind of had a feeling that Roman Reigns was going to be back either on Friday, on Saturday, or on Monday. One or the other. Less likely on Friday, but Saturday night's main event, I thought maybe he gets involved if Seth Rollins beats LA Knight or loses to LA Knight, and then he attempts a cash-in during the Goldberg and Gunther match, which we did not get at all because Rollins got hurt. We don't know the severity of his injury. We did get a little brief statement from Paul Heyman tonight, which I will definitely go over. Monday night was the only night left for him to return. And the way that they set up the main event tonight, and as the main event went on, you certainly got a feeling that this is going to be the landing spot for Roman Reigns to come back, and that's exactly what they did. Bron Breakker entered number 1 in a gauntlet match against Penta and Jey Uso and CM Punk and LA Knight. And Bron Breakker made it all the way till the end. And Rollins and his boys, minus Seth Rollins, obviously, because he's injured, really tried to make the road easier for Bron Breakker tonight. And when it ended up being Bron Breakker and CM Punk as the final 2 in this gauntlet match to determine the number 1 contender for the World's Heavyweight Championship, you just got a sense that Roman Reigns is going to be back. Or Roman Reigns was going to emerge and save the day and send the crowd home in Birmingham, Alabama, happy. Now, WWE, I don't know if you guys were paying attention. I thought these matches were standard wrestling matches, just one after the other, and wrestler A has to go through the gauntlet of opponents that WWE throws at them. But they would operate under standard match rules. All of a sudden, Bronson Reed shows up tonight, and he gets involved and helps Bron Breakker beat Jey Uso with blatant interference. And the referee, dead set on Bronson Reed. No disqualification. I don't know if WWE changed the rules for this to happen tonight, or if they forgot the rules of what a gauntlet match should be under this guise of a WWE gauntlet match. No disqualifications. I don't know. It's like WWE loves to rewrite their own rule book, man. So as soon as Bronson Reed got out there and we started to get no disqualification, I'm like, all right, man, you're just making it really, really obvious about what's going on here. On top of that, Paul Heyman did himself no favors by using a bunch of puns to describe Roman Reigns' old gimmick and character. He used, "This is Bron Breakker's yard now," and "Bron Breakker is the next big thing," and "Bron Breakker is the big dog." Thank God we don't have to go back to the days of the big dog. That was awful. Soon as I seen no DQ, I knew it was going to end up being Roman Reigns saving the day, and that's what we got. Roman Reigns comes back and saves Jey Uso and CM Punk from a beatdown from Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. Superman punch to Bron Breakker, spear to Bronson Reed. Him and Jey Uso once again back on the same page, fighting the good fight, fighting for the same cause. There is still obvious tension there between Reigns and CM Punk because of what happened going into WrestleMania. Reigns is not going to forget about Paul Heyman and the fact that CM Punk took his wise man going into WrestleMania. But the wise man was the smart one. Paul Heyman played both of them. So realistically, they should somewhat be on the same page. Roman Reigns saves the day. He's back. And as you see the landscape of SummerSlam, it looks like we're getting Roman Reigns and Jey Uso teaming up against Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. I'm all for that, man. I have no problems with that. I know a lot of people were predicting, including me, maybe it'll be Reigns and Rollins, but Rollins got hurt now, so we have to deviate and rewrite the SummerSlam plans. That would have been a great SummerSlam match. I don't know if Rollins is still in the picture and he didn't get hurt, what the plans would be. You know, I don't know if that would be the match. I don't know if it would be Reigns and Breakker. I don't know if it would be Rollins and Punk. I don't know what they would do. I don't know how the plans change going into SummerSlam. But it looks like Triple H has somewhat managed to right the ship here. We're not in murky waters as we thought we were. We're not really in calm waters, but it's not as treacherous as it was coming out of Saturday night's main event. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed. That's the match. That's the match. That's what the match should be. I don't want to see a one-on-one match with Reigns and Bron Breakker. You could always save that for down the line. If you do that one-on-one match, that doesn't really leave much for Jey Uso and Bronson Reed to do, and I would rather them be in a tag team match than get two individual singles matches out of it. Because if Reigns and Breakker is a one-on-one match, that only leaves Jey Uso and Bronson Reed in a one-on-one match. I don't really consider that a one-on-one match worthy of SummerSlam. The tag team match is certainly a tag team match worthy of SummerSlam. So he is back, and that is the plan as far as I see it, and I have no problem with that. CM Punk and Gunther is the World's Heavyweight Championship match, more than likely going to main event night 1 of SummerSlam. Now, we don't really know if Seth Rollins is legitimately hurt. Everybody says he's legitimately hurt, but WWE has their ways of keeping things very close to the vest and very secretive. I don't want to make any rumors and speculation. I don't want to put my tinfoil cap on tonight, but there is a sliver of a chance that this entire Seth Rollins thing is going to be a complete ruse. Now that I see CM Punk in the main event against Gunther, we realistically could be looking at Seth Rollins taking himself off TV and out of the title picture, only to then come back and fuck everybody over. Now, I don't know why they would opt to do that if that is the case. I mean, it's like I said, it's a small sliver of a chance. I don't know why they would opt to do that and take him off TV in the midst of this huge push for his boys. But honestly, the way that I see it, the group really wasn't doing much of anything anyway. Yes, he's Mr. Money in the Bank. Yeah, he's got Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker and Paul Heyman. All those guys are great. The makeup of the group is great, but they weren't really lighting the world on fire. They are more talked about now. Rollins is more talked about now that he's hurt and off television, and everybody's questioning what's going on with Seth Rollins. They are more talked about now than they were for the last 5 months. So who's to say, this is my opinion and my opinion only, who's to say that it isn't a fucking work? There's a chance. but unlikely. Now, if he is injured, he's off TV. We don't know how long. They didn't really give a diagnosis on it. Paul Heyman says, I don't really have all of that information. We didn't get anything. You would think coming out of Saturday, going into Sunday, and then all day today, we'd get some medical diagnosis on Seth Rollins over the last 48 hours. We got nothing. Now, again, they may be keeping it secretive because it's not that serious. And they don't really know what the injury is going to do and how long the injury is going to keep him out. Maybe they're keeping their options open. But the fact that they didn't really give a medical diagnosis tonight, also, another coin into the fucking conspiracy fountain. It's a possibility. Seth Rollins, I don't know how he's going to factor into a world championship scenario with the Money in the Bank briefcase if he's going to be out an extended period of time, 4, 5, 6, up to 9 months. We don't know. We don't know what type of injury the knee is. We don't know how long he's going to be out. If WWE opted to put the title on CM Punk, I mean, it would fit right into the story of Punk being the champion and then Rollins taking it away from Punk when he comes back. And then the shock cash-in when he comes back. I love Gunther to death, believe me. I think Gunther's fantastic. But I think WWE needs to make a splash. And WWE really needs to fucking light the headlines up. If I'm WWE, if I'm Triple H, come SummerSlam, I'm putting the title on CM Punk on Saturday, August 2nd. And CM Punk is walking out of New Jersey as the new World's Heavyweight Champion. That's what I'm doing. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I know Gunther has had a very short reign now since winning it back from Jey Uso. But I don't think Gunther needs the World's Heavyweight Championship. I think right now, if you're looking at the landscape of Monday Night Raw and the landscape of WWE going into the rest of August and then into the fall, I honestly feel like CM Punk being the World's Heavyweight Champion is the right choice for business. Honestly. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited about these two matches that they have coming out of this Gauntlet match. We have Punk and Gunther for the World's Heavyweight Championship. Like I said, more than likely main eventing night one of SummerSlam. And then Roman Reigns back, teaming with his cousin Jey Uso against Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. Two big-time matches here on SummerSlam weekend. So that is the big story coming out of Monday Night Raw. The other big story coming out of this show tonight is the incredible Evolution show, which a lot of people are saying was the show of the weekend. I'm not here to compare shows that happened on Saturday and Sunday this past weekend. I enjoyed All In. I enjoyed Evolution. All In was a different beast. Evolution was a show that really had no build and no hype going into it. And WWE let everything fall into the lap of the ladies. And they fucking delivered. We know how good that roster is. I'm not surprised that they delivered. But the show was fucking great. And more than likely, the best show that WWE up until this point has done all year. I said I enjoyed Elimination Chamber a little bit better just because of the significance of John Cena's heel turn and the close of that show with the two Elimination Chamber matches. That's my opinion. But if you tell me you enjoyed Evolution more, not going to fault you for that. It was an incredible show. Everyone was talking about the women. Everyone. And WWE wanted to keep that momentum going. And what did Triple H do tonight? He booked the entire first hour of the show with women's wrestling. The entire first hour of the show was the Raw Women's Division. And Chelsea Green, who's a SmackDown star from the SmackDown Women's Division. But the entire first hour was nothing more than the women's roster on Monday night. And the Gauntlet match took up a good 45 minutes. So they basically split the show. The ladies got more time, and then the gentlemen got at least the second half or most of the second half of the show. So kudos to WWE. They kept that momentum coming out of Evolution by giving the ladies a full hour plus on Monday Night Raw. And we got a lot coming out of that first hour as well, including Naomi, now the new Women's World's Heavyweight Champion. She will be defending that championship at SummerSlam against the two ladies that she screwed over at Evolution, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. We'll talk about how all that came about. I would have done things a little bit differently, but I am foreseeing another triple threat banger in WWE this year at SummerSlam. We got Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella on the same page. Seemingly, WWE's building towards something with those two ladies. And we got a whole lot of stuff to talk about tonight here on the Monday Night Raw Post Show. It is July 14th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York. Thank you guys for joining me right here on the Raw Post Show. I want to thank you guys for a tremendous weekend, man. Very, very stressful weekend with the garbage and the nonsense that took place over the last 7 days or so. All because of pro wrestling opinion. I have my opinion. I don't know why I'm so targeted over my pro wrestling opinion. No matter how much everybody hates, no matter how much they try to stop us, no matter how many times they try to throw roadblocks in front of this show, you guys show up and show out every single fucking time we're live, bro. We almost got 3,000 people in here tonight. Saturday, the All In Post Show did over 80,000 views. One of the largest AEW streams ever for this channel. Maybe ever. Maybe it's the biggest one ever. That is combined YouTube and X views. You guys killed it. 4 hours of discussion between Jesse and I. I got to tip my cap to Jesse as well. My young student is learning. You gotta grind, man. You want to be a content creator, you gotta fucking work. Guy watched 7 hours of a show and then spent another 4 hours with me talking about it, man. Go check that out. Evolution did near 50,000 views between YouTube and X. Fucking unbelievable, man. You guys killed it. Let's do the same thing again tonight. And then tomorrow, we got Tuesday Night Titans, man, where we're going to break this fucking shit down all weekend. And then Jesse and I will be back on Wednesday. Which right now, Dynamite has nothing announced. And in typical Tony Khan fashion, does he follow up the way he needs to? Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't. So go check all that stuff out. I want to thank you guys for the tremendous support this past weekend. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go and check out the homepage. Everything you need as far as content is there. Super chats are open. We got something new on the stream. This is the first time I've had access to this. We now have access to top fans. We have access to a leaderboard here on YouTube. So if you guys want to show off in front of the rest of the VIPs here, what's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the OTS community. The top 3 get special badges in the live stream chat. That resets every stream. So you could always try for that number 1 spot again when I'm live. The way you get to the number 1 spot and get into the top 3, you'll need to collect experience points or XP, and you get them by sending live chat messages, sending super chats, and super stickers. So right now, I got to shout out the top 3 tonight. We got Best in the World Matt, who's number 1 right now with 1,075 points. Captain Solo is number 2 with 575 points. Matt is blowing him away. And tied for second is Michelle Moran with 575 points. So if you guys want to get in on that, super chats help. Get them on in. It's the best way to support the show. Chat along with the rest of the community in the live stream chat. Have fun with that, man. Thank you guys very much for that. Again, hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes tonight on the Monday Night Raw Post Show. Tonight we're sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. And please, if you made it this far, man, leave a comment down below. All of the interactions on the stream, likes and chats and comments, helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. And believe me, we love being in the algorithm. Start this show off, man. We start off with the one and the only Naomi. Naomi quote tweeted my tweet from last night where I said Naomi is definitely cashing that contract in at SummerSlam, and she tweeted at me a beautiful picture of her smiling sadistically holding up the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, it took absolutely no time for the human excrements of social media to go into the thread that she retweeted and for some reason think that Naomi threw me under the bus or Naomi was blasting me on social media. I've only had good rapport with Naomi for quite a while, and I'm not sure if you understand this. Naomi is an honorary VIP here on Off the Script, and she follows me. Very lucky to have her support following me on social media. So I don't really understand why people just completely took what she did out of context. I've been a huge Trinity fan for years. So to see her get her flowers on Sunday night was a tremendous, tremendous moment for a lot of people that have always wanted to see that woman become a world heavyweight champion in WWE. And I'll get to that in a second. Naomi starts things off here. The whole presentation of Naomi is fucking great, man. I gotta shout out the whole presentation, man, from the vibe, the darker eyeliner, the music. I know it's a Def Rebel jam, which I know a lot of people aren't really high on Def Rebel. Nobody is. They are awful. The music goes along with the presentation. The music goes along with the gimmick. She's killing it, man. She is just absolutely killing it. So happy for her. Everything is just working with this heel run, man. Probably the best run so far that she has had in WWE ever for herself. Crowd started to chant, "You deserve it. You deserve it." Naomi cut them off and said she didn't want to hear the crowd now. She didn't want to hear any of that. You weren't feeling the glow before, but you're feeling her now. Piss off. They all thought she would cash in on Tiffany Stratton, but she warned them that nobody knew her next move. And that's why she stood there as a champion. Naomi was done with the foolishness on SmackDown. She didn't betray Bianca Belair. She simply outgrew her. She said Belair and Jade Cargill didn't really want her to succeed. She was their flunky as long as it was convenient for both of them. She cut off some of the what chants that she was getting. I don't know why anybody was giving her the what treatment. And said she had the upper hand now, bitches. Cargill got the win at Evolution, but Naomi is the one who made history. She said she was on Raw again, but she advised all the raggedy women in the back to proceed with caution. Rhea Ripley comes on out, obviously scolded from being screwed out of a championship opportunity last night at Evolution. She got a big reaction, as she always does. In regards to Rhea Ripley, man, you know what I noticed on social media chat? I noticed a lot of the Rhea Ripley haters, they were eerily silent today. I didn't see any Rhea Ripley hate going around. Gee, I wonder why. Why is that, chat? No Rhea Hogan. No Rhea can't wrestle. No people upset at Rhea. The comments towards Naomi, though, were fucking ridiculous, man. People are just fucking mental. Like, seriously, some of the most foul, disgusting things being said about Naomi, all because she cashed in and your favorite didn't win. Good. That means Naomi's doing her job. Rhea Ripley's out there. She informed Naomi that she wasn't cautious. She was relentless and pissed. She had two goals at Evolution: to finally beat Io Sky and regain the championship. But because of Naomi, she still had those goals. Now Naomi was number one on her list. Io comes on out. She gets a great reaction. Everybody loves Io. Io is now the talk of the town in WWE, clearly with her body of work just being as unbelievable as it is. Dave Meltzer went on record today and said that Io Sky may be the best performer, male or female, in all of WWE. I know Uncle Dave has his moments, but I think the majority of the fan base would probably tend to agree with that Dave Meltzer opinion. And anybody that says that, again, I don't think should hear any argument. She comes on out. She told Rhea Ripley with respect to get in line because she wants Naomi and she plans to take her championship back. Naomi says, listen, I didn't understand a word out of your mouth. I don't know what you just said. Naomi called them both entitled and told them to get back in the line, to the back of the line. They begin arguing, and then Adam Pearce comes on out and interrupts. Pearce officially welcomed Naomi to Raw. She's now a new member of the Monday Night Raw roster. And told her she did deserve to be champion. Pearce understood why Ripley and Sky were pissed. He said their match was magic at Evolution. SummerSlam was soon, and he wanted to blow the roof off of MetLife Stadium. There is no roof at MetLife Stadium, but I get what he was going for. He announced that Naomi will defend the Women's World Heavyweight Championship against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in a triple threat match at SummerSlam. All three women were very happy with this, and the match was made official. I don't have a problem with the triple threat match. Actually, I expected it coming out of last night's show, just because of the nature of how everything went down. I know I like the fantasy book. It's one of my favorite things to do on this show. No problem with it, and WWE is 2 for 2 with the triple threat matches this year, coming out of the women's division. The WrestleMania Night 2 triple threat match with Rhea Ripley, Io, and Bianca Belair, maybe one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time. Then you got the one that happened last night to open Evolution. It was Bayley, Lyra, Valkyria, and Becky Lynch. Again, a tremendous triple threat match. Now you got Io and Rhea again, 2/3 of this match with Naomi at SummerSlam. The only negative that I see about this match is the fact that it looks a little too similar to the one we saw at WrestleMania. It's not a criticism, but I could see why people would be not really unhappy, but, oh man, they couldn't have done better. I get that it feels samey, because it contains 2 of the 3 women that were in the WrestleMania Night 2 match, both Rhea and Io. Just substitute Bianca for Naomi. What I would have done, and I said this on social media to somebody going back and forth, what I would have done if they wanted to really be cool and use the first time 2-night SummerSlam concept, I would have run back Io versus Rhea at SummerSlam on night 1. And then I would have had the winner of that match wrestle Naomi on night 2. That's what I would have done. Not only would that have given us another match with Rhea and Io, with the story being that Rhea hasn't beaten Io in all the times that they've been in the ring together. That's the story. You want to beat Naomi for the championship, you have to beat Io. We would have gotten a rematch from what we got at Evolution, this time for the right to wrestle Naomi, and it would have blown the roof off the place, like Adam Pearce said. That would have been great. And then the story going into night 2 would have been how brutal Io and Rhea fought each other obviously limping into night 2 against a fresh Naomi who's going to come out on top. So both baby faces would be fighting from behind because they would have already wrestled, and they have to go into night 2 pretty much the underdog because they're battered, they're bruised, and Naomi is fresh. That's what I would have done. So I don't know. Again, I'm not gonna complain too much, but a little change to really incorporate the night 1 going into night 2, I would have done that. But the match is already announced. Naomi, Rhea, and Io is going to be a banger. And a little early prediction for you. I am not having Naomi drop the championship at SummerSlam. I'm not. I think she retains, and I think she takes the title into Clash of Paris, and I think she then drops it to Stephanie Vaquer. We got a bomb in the chat.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers.
3 beers. 4
beers.
Oh, no.
5
beers.
Oh,
6 beers. 7 beers. 8 beers. 9 beers. And a Bloody Mary.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, man. We got Anthran Studios taking the number 1 spot on the leaderboard with a $100 super chat. Hello, JD and the OTS family. You are the best in the space by far. I find myself reaching out. My father passed suddenly, and I'm reaching out for any help possible. I started a GoFundMe if anyone is interested. Thanks, and take care. Brother, I am sorry to hear that. If you are in the chat with us right now, bro, link the GoFundMe in the chat. I will pin it at the top of the live stream for the entire time I am live here. So if you are in the chat, brother, please do so. And I will see that GoFundMe link gets pinned at the top. So once again, we got to give a round of applause for Anthran, man. Very sorry to hear that, bro. My thoughts and prayers are with you, sincerely. Be on the lookout, guys, for that link. So, yeah, that's what I would have done. Just a minor change there, but they opted for the triple threat match instead, which, in my opinion, is still going to be a banger at SummerSlam. And how good is Naomi, man? How good is Naomi? Naomi is killing it in this gimmick, man. I cannot be more proud, man. She is absolutely one of the best parts of the show. Love it. And I'm very happy for her. Judgment Day was backstage. Dominic said he couldn't relax because he was thinking about AJ Styles. AJ Styles is still stalking Dominic Mysterio. Finn Balor said he had nothing to worry about as long as he had his doctor's note. Balor put over Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez for their big win last night. Balor suggested Dom accompany them to the ring for their tag team match against the Kabuki Warriors. But Dom wasn't sure about that. Balor said Liv Morgan loved those titles. So he should go out there and preserve it for both of them. Everyone left. Balor looked pleased. And there was a picture of Liv Morgan in the background of the Judgment Day locker room. Dominic Mysterio is going to have a run-in with AJ Styles. We'll get to him a little bit later. Asuka and Kairi Sane, still the Kabuki Warriors. It looks like they will continue to be a tag team. I guess that's a good way to maintain that Kairi Sane stays over, by teaming her with Asuka. Because Asuka is incredibly over. So we got a non-title tag team match here. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez against Asuka and Kairi Sane. Dominic Mysterio is in the corner of the Judgment Day. Asuka and Sane took it to Perez until Roxanne Gets a tag to Raquel, and the momentum of the match swings in favor of the Judgment Day. Asuka made a hot tag, and the crowd is very focused on Dominic Mysterio. They were having a good time with Dominic Mysterio out there, yelling that Dom sucked. Dominic tried to distract the referee. It really didn't make a difference here because Asuka posted Rodriguez, hit Perez with a missile dropkick, some of her backhand strikes, and then a German suplex. Dominic got on the apron again. Gee, man, he covered pretty quickly, man. He covered miraculously out there. I thought he was injured. All that doctor's note garbage, man. He's up there fucking jumping around, and he's trying to distract the referee. Asuka knocked him off the apron with a back fist. Roxanne Perez used this distraction to put Asuka in a schoolboy for the 1, 2, 3. Roxanne got an assist from Raquel Rodriguez on the outside, and the Judgment Day defeats the Kabuki Warriors. That's basically it. Nothing match, and I don't really know what this did for anybody. It got the Judgment Day another victory over a tag team that just got back together 2 weeks ago, who lost at Evolution last night and then lost again here tonight. So the Kabuki Warriors aren't really working out so far back together as a tag team. I don't really know what this did. This didn't really do anything for anybody. Kabuki Warriors lost. The Judgment Day were not going to lose because they are the tag team champions, and they more than likely have a tag team title match coming up, potentially at SummerSlam against, I'm assuming it's going to be Alexa and Charlotte, but I don't really know what this did for anybody. All this did, the only storyline element here that it did was get Dominic Mysterio out there jumping around like a geek, showing that he really isn't injured and that he's faking the entire thing to avoid AJ Styles. That was basically it. That's all this did. Match was pretty boring. And the only storyline element here was Dominic Mysterio showing that he is not really injured. Jackie Redmond. She interviewed Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed. She asked Heyman for an update on Seth Rollins. Heyman says he did not have a medical diagnosis. It was too soon. But reminded her that Rollins had till next June to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase, which right now is in the possession of Paul Heyman. Heyman said it was Bron Breakker's night to go through everyone in the Gauntlet Match and punch his ticket to SummerSlam and then beat Gunther for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This has been a huge talking point in the community. I made a mention of it on my Saturday night's main event review. If you guys missed that, it's on the channel. We did over an hour of recorded video talking about Saturday night's main event. It's the first time in a while I didn't go live for a show, and you guys very much still seem to enjoy the long-form reviews, man. It took me back to an older time when I wasn't doing the live stream stuff, and I basically put all my reviews out as pre-recorded videos. I much rather do the live stream element, man. I'm just more in my element. I talked about on Sunday, when we did the Saturday night's main event review, there are a couple of ways WWE could go about this. Now, we don't know the severity of Seth Rollins' injury. We don't even know if he's injured at all. We heard rumors and reports that he's injured. WrestleVotes put something out. WrestleVotes is the number one source to me on any news regarding WWE. If they say it, more than likely it's true. They rarely get anything wrong. They said he was injured. I'm more apt to believe WrestleVotes. But there is still a small sliver of a possibility that this is all a work and they're working everybody. I don't want to say it's that. I'm just kind of meddling with my conspiracy theory tinfoil cap. One of the ideas was to take the briefcase away from Seth Rollins. I don't know why we would do that. I don't. I know a lot of people were talking about taking the briefcase away from him, putting the briefcase on the line at SummerSlam, and redoing Money in the Bank. Literally redoing the Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't like that idea. I don't. Because that would be completely unfair. If Rollins is out, it's July. We're only 1 month removed from Money in the Bank. If he comes back in 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, which is the totality of time he would miss if it's a fucking ACL tear, he would still be in possession of the Money in the Bank contract and still have time to cash it in. So why would you actively take something away from him when the rules of the briefcase are you have within 12 months to cash in that contract? Why would you do that? How would WWE even explain that? Because he got hurt, we have to take the contract away from you. Sounds a little bit too unfair to me. Why would you do that? The big thing there is the element of surprise. Out of sight, out of mind. He's going to be out. You're going to forget about that. You don't know when he's going to come back. On any given moment, he could come back healthy when he's ready, cash it in, become the world champion. Plans for him as the world champion resume. That's a terrible idea. I mean, it sounds good on paper, looks good on paper, but man, would that be unfair? The other idea was to give it to Bron Breakker. Is that even allowed? How do you explain that in storyline? I won Money in the Bank, but now I'm injured and I'm going to be out for the rest of the year. I'm just going to give it as a gift to one of my stablemates. That doesn't really make any sense. That's a huge logic gap. Why would you do that? None of these ideas work. None of them. And they're all awful. Keeping it on Rollins is the best course of action. And again, we don't even know the diagnosis of his injury. It could be that it's a fucking huge game plan all along. And let me reiterate why I think that. The group was not really clicking, and they weren't as hot as WWE might have anticipated. Sure, you added Bron Breakker. Sure, you added Bronson Reed. Yeah, you got the Oracle in Paul Heyman. But let's be honest, folks, they weren't lighting the world on fire. They were basically a miniature version of the Death Riders. People were calling them the Seth Riders. That's not really the comparison you want for your group. Out of sight, out of mind. Maybe this is Seth Rollins waiting in the shadows to see what would go on. Now that Punk is the number one contender and Punk is getting a shot at Gunther, this opens up the opportunity for Rollins to just completely be out of sight, out of mind, show up when CM Punk least expects it, and cash in that contract. Again, I'm thinking out loud. I don't want to sit here and tell you, oh, it's a work. Just an option. Just a fantasy booking scenario, just in case this is all a work. Watching it back at first glance, I thought it was a work. But then I watched that springboard swanton bomb he did on LA Knight on Saturday, and you could physically see him kind of roll his knee. And then he did the springboard moonsault, landed on his knee, which he made a clean landing, but something happened there on the landing, and he immediately sat down. There was a look of concern and fear. Paul Heyman had a look of fucking fear on his face. The look on Paul Heyman's face really spoke to me as maybe this is not a work. He looked legitimately concerned. They went right to the ending. Boom, boom, boom. LA Knight got the win. But we don't have a medical diagnosis on Seth Rollins. And I don't think we will. So we'll see what happens with that. Paul Heyman tried to make sure everybody knew. And that's the first thing that he said. Because I know a lot of people were making rush job videos like the fucking UK fucking geeks and all these other fucking clickbait content creators. Is it a work? I waited to hear Paul Heyman and see what he had to say, if he said anything at all. And it's the first thing he let off with. We have 12 months of him cashing in this contract. This ain't going anywhere. That was basically Triple H speaking vicariously through Paul Heyman to let everybody know, cut your bullshit. It ain't going anywhere. Byron Saxton. He interviewed LA Knight during the commercial break. For some of you that did not see this, LA Knight said he came out of Saturday night's main event with a big W. It was unfortunate Rollins got injured, and LA Knight wished him a speedy recovery. Knight wanted Rollins to recover because he wanted to hurt him legitimately. Rollins hurt himself before he had the chance to hurt him. Knight wanted Rollins to return so we can hurt him the right way. Knight admitted that he wasn't 100%, but he planned on running the gauntlet and winning a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. My question coming out of this Monday Night Raw tonight is what LA Knight does. What does LA Knight do at SummerSlam? I'm really struggling to figure out what LA Knight is doing at the biggest party of the summer. They showed a clip of George Kittle laying out The Miz at a celebrity golf event over the weekend. Boy, WWE's got to get their paws into every major sporting event humanly possible. Does that mean we're going to get George Kittle next on WWE TV, getting a match against The Miz? He super kicked him on the golf course. I hope WWE enjoyed all their clicks and engagement. Jackie Redmond interviewed Lyra Valkyria. Tonight, she went one-on-one with Bayley in a 2 out of 3 falls match. The winner of this match gets Becky Lynch at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria didn't like the question about Bayley coming out of Evolution. She didn't want to talk about Bayley. She wants to focus on the IC title. It was all about her and Becky Lynch. After she won tonight, Redmond could ask her about the title match against Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. They want to, or she wants to rather, look past Bayley already. Bayley interrupted, and Bayley told Lyra she needed more than she did and told her to stay out of her way. So we got Lyra Valkyria and Bayley in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Winner of this match gets Becky Lynch at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship. And of course, we got role model. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Whatever her fucking theme is, man, awful. Awful. I don't even know what it is. What is her theme? Seriously. This was a great match. This was a fucking great match, man. For TV, this was a great match. I love a good 2 out of 3 falls match, bro. I do. Lyra's going places, man. Lyra is going places. Lyra got the better of an early exchange. She kind of condescendingly patted Bayley on the head. Bayley slapped Lyra in the face, rolled her up. Basically, the slap led to Lyra getting fucking knocked senseless. And within 1 minute and 30 seconds, Bayley won the first fall already. We go into a commercial break. After the break, we come back. Lyra Irish whipped into the turnbuckle as Lyra. Bayley thought that Lyra might be hurt. She hesitated for a little bit and then started to target Lyra's back. Bayley hit a back suplex on the apron. She followed with a spinning back suplex for a 2 count. She tried a cradle on Lyra, but Lyra caught her in a roll-up, and Lyra got a pinfall right around the 10-minute mark, and now it's tied 1 pinfall each. Bayley comes back quickly with a running knee strike, and we go right into another commercial break. We come back from the second commercial break. Lyra is in control. She drives Bayley's leg into the steel post and began working over her leg. Bayley fought back. She dropped Lyra over the middle rope. Lyra starts fighting back, and she went for a diving leg drop. Same thing that she did at Evolution. Bayley caught her midair and hit a Bayley to belly for a near fall. Lyra suplexed Bayley out of the corner, hits a gut-wrench sit-out powerbomb for a near fall. She did not get all of it, though, and this is why I prefer Corey Graves on commentary. Michael Cole thought that she was about to attempt and deliver Nightwing, which is her finish. She delivered this sit-out twisting powerbomb, and Corey Graves mentioned that when she delivered the twisting sit-out powerbomb, tilt-a-whirl sit-out powerbomb, she did not deliver it flush. Bayley landed on Lyra's legs when Lyra delivered the move coming down. which padded the impact of the tilt-a-whirl sit-out powerbomb, which gave Bayley the opportunity to kick out at a 2.5. If she landed it flush, it could have been a 3. This is why Corey Graves is fucking great at what he does on commentary. You would not get that with Pat McAfee on commentary. Love it. That's the type of analysis during a match I appreciate. That was great. So after the gut-wrench sit-out powerbomb, near fall, Lyra followed with a fisherman suplex on the apron. They traded cradles back and forth, and Bayley continued to sell the leg. They found their way to the outside. This is where things got a little bit more intense. Bayley gave Lyra a sunset flip powerbomb into the steel steps. Bayley shoved her in the ring, hits a flying elbow drop right across Lyra's back, which was the target early for Bayley in the match. She gets a cover and a near fall. Bayley immediately applied a crossface. Lyra crawled to the ropes. Bayley pushed off. Lyra used that momentum to get to her feet while picking Bayley up on her shoulders, and she hits the Nightwing for the 1, 2, 3. Lyra Valkyria is now once again the number 1 contender for Becky Lynch's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch marched out. She was wearing yellow and red tonight. She was trolling all of the Becky Hogan enthusiasts on social media. She held the belt high, had a face-off with Lyra. Lyra was very colorful, talking to Bayley, screaming at Bayley off microphone. And the match is now set going into SummerSlam. This was a very good match. They work incredibly well together. You physically see Lyra growing up right before our very eyes, chat. I expected Lyra and Becky at SummerSlam. I don't know what Bayley does. I don't even know if Bayley's going to be on the card. Lyra, from the beginning of this feud with Becky to where we see Lyra now, the fans are buying in. I think the majority of the fan base is already sold. Lyra has been one of the most consistent in-ring performers in the women's division. I don't think she's had a bad match with anybody, honestly. It was a little rough around the edges early on when she first won the championship and she wrestled Dakota Kai a couple of times and Ivy Nile. But now that she's in this thing with Bayley and Becky, you're starting to see how good she really is. And I know a lot of people were frustrated that Becky won the secondary title, that this title was supposed to be meant for the likes of Lyra and all of the ladies that have not been getting an opportunity at the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. But look at the work Becky has done to make this title feel special. Look at the work Becky has done as a heel to make the baby faces look that much better. And look at the work Lyra is doing now, chasing, because Becky is such a good heel that when Lyra wins the championship at SummerSlam, Lyra is going to be put over and mission accomplished. Lyra is going to be over the top. The fans are going to finally be sold completely on Lyra Valkyria. So when you sit there and claim Becky Hogan, Becky this, Becky's that, I was once like that early on because Vince, the way Vince booked, he booked his favorites. It was blatant with what he was doing. There was no opportunity for anybody else. Everybody was held back because Vince didn't like them. But he pushed his favorites. That's why you got that vibe. That's why we got that vibe. But now you see the rise of Lyra Valkyria, and you start to see that everything that Becky has done since she's won the championship and everything that she's done feuding with Lyra has worked. Everything is working. Look at the reaction Lyra got tonight. Look at the reaction that Lyra got last night at Evolution. Lyra's going to win that championship, and Lyra's going to be the new Intercontinental Champion. And everybody that had a problem with what was going on, because we told you that's exactly what they were doing. When Lyra wins that championship, you will see mission accomplished. And the last 2 matches that they had one-on-one were fucking great. Imagine what they plan for SummerSlam. Good stuff. Absolutely good stuff. Jackie Redmond interviewed Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer, chat. One person on social media was like, your obsession with Stephanie Vaquer needs to be studied. Bro, you're asking me that it's, or you're telling me it's a problem that one would be obsessed with Stephanie Vaquer? Have you looked at her, bro? Huh? Why wouldn't you? She said that she came to WWE to be a champion. After Clash in Paris, she will be. Chelsea Green and the secret Hervis interrupted. Chelsea thought that she should represent the WWE in Paris and not Stephanie. Vaquer dared her to take a shot. Green then cowardly hid behind the secret Hervis. And she said she was busy with a Hall of Famer tonight in Nikki Bella. Toodles. Why is Chelsea Green on Monday Night Raw wrestling Nikki Bella? Was there any explanation for that, chat? Chelsea Green is a SmackDown star. The Secret Hervis are SmackDown stars. Why are they on Monday Night Raw with no explanation? Or should I just completely give up asking why SmackDown talents are just randomly appearing on Monday Night Raw with no explanation? We didn't even get LA Knight completely moved over here officially. And he's wrestling for a number one contendership at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. Was there a trade made? Was there a transfer window that opened and seemingly didn't close? Is the brand split over? These are questions. Valid ones. Nobody could really ask me or tell me, why are you complaining, man? I don't know. These are questions that the company and the stories haven't given us an answer to. Do you mind? Nikki Bella. She went one-on-one with Chelsea Green. Evolution 2.5 continues here on the first hour of Monday Night Raw. Nikki Bella was in control over Chelsea. Chelsea bailed to the outside to basically hide behind Niven and Alba Fire. They get back into the ring. Bella went over to the ropes. Green kicked her leg out and hit a backstabber out of the corner to take over the match. Nikki fights back with some clotheslines, springboard kick. Chelsea followed with a neck breaker for 2. She then went for her finish, the unprettier. Nikki hit a X Factor, which she calls the Bella Buster. Piper Niven distracted the referee while Alba Fire tried to attack Bella, but Bella posts her against the steel post. Finish came. Bella eventually got Green on her shoulders and hit a rack attack 2.0. I thought I read somewhere many years ago that the rack attack was the reason why Nikki Bella semi-retired for a little bit because of the neck issues, yet she's still using it as her finishing move. After the match, Piper Niven and Alba Fire attacked Bella after the match, but Stephanie Vaquer ran out, made the save. She cleared the ring. Babyface stood tall, and then she ended up posing with Nikki Bella on the top turnbuckle. The match with Nikki and Chelsea was not good. Chelsea is just a product of WWE now. She's not entertaining at all anymore. She's a lot better than what WWE's presenting her as. She's a cowardly heel that really does the barest of minimums, and it's not really entertaining anymore. At once upon a time, it was funny. It's not funny anymore. It's not. It's more cringy and more get off my TV than anything. It looks like they are setting up Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella as a tag team for now against the Secret Hervis. Now, I don't know if that's going to take place at SummerSlam or if it's going to be something that is a little bit of a mini program to keep Stephanie busy through SummerSlam until we get to Clash in Paris. Because they really got nothing for her to do. They already crowned her the number one contender for the WWE Women's World Championship. What is she going to do in the meantime? Got to keep her on TV. You got to get her integrated in some way on the TV show. She's too over not to. Can't keep her off. I wish they had something better for her to do, but I guess in their eyes, teaming Stephanie with a Hall of Famer in Nikki Bella, you know, the one who butchered her name several weeks ago, I guess that's the reason why this pairing is coming together. Not really all that interested, man. Just move on and get Stephanie that title match. Then you got my interest. Backstage, The New Day. They were dressed in all black again, still in mourning over the dead tag team division. I don't know why they're mourning over the tag team division after the division died. The division's been dead for years. The division died years ago. It did not die when they lose the tag team championships. It was dead long before that. They were dressed in all black, mourning their tag team title loss. They had a gift for Adam Pearce, which was presented by Grayson Waller, who, by the way, nowhere to be found is Austin Theory. Is Grayson Waller now the New Day's butler? He had this silver platter with a lid on it. He removed the lid, and underneath it was a peace offering. They offered Adam Pearce wigs, fake hair, on a silver platter. Kofi Kingston figured that this was enough of a gift to get a title rematch at the Judgment Day. Pearce says they just don't get a rematch, but they would get a chance to earn one next week. He told them to not flip their wig, and he flipped the silver platter of fake hair right into Grayson Waller's face. Adam Pearce left, and then he saw the Judgment Day about to leave the building. He looks at Dominic and says, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't buy that you're injured, seeing that you got involved in the tag team match earlier with the Kabuki Warriors in the Judgment Day. Looks like you're ready to go. He said he spoke to WWE Medical, who would reevaluate Dominic next week. He said if cleared, he would defend the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles at SummerSlam. I could buy into that. New champ AJ. I could buy into that. That'll be something. AJ Styles was nearby. He did the Circle of Trust thing for Meet the Parents again. And for some reason, he was surrounded by a bunch of production crates on one knee, praying to the Lord Christ. I don't know. Dominic didn't like this, so he also pleaded with Lord Christ as well to keep AJ Styles away from him. These are probably some of the more entertaining skits on a 2-hour Raw. I don't know why they're so entertaining. AJ's just a naturally funny guy. As far as the Judgment Day and the New Day, Pearce says they just don't get a rematch. Really? You got no problem giving Io Sky and Tiffany Stratton the opportunity to choose their opponents, but the New Day just can't get a rematch. I guess rules for thee, not for me, huh? Okay. Adam Pearce clearly has an agenda against the New Day. Gunther walked past Penta. He got in Penta's face. He walked out to the crowd and he was about to address retiring Bill Goldberg. Before we got that, got a couple of promos here. Saxon interviewed American Made backstage. He asked about El Grande Americano. They clearly said it was Ludwig Kaiser. Saxon asked about the earlier Chad Gable rumors, but Ivy Nile ignored him. Ivy Nile said everyone was on notice. They said it was clearly Ludwig Kaiser, huh? Do we know that? Do we have any factual information on it being Ludwig Kaiser, Chad? I don't know. He did look a little tall, though. Jackie Redmond then interviewed Rusev on what he planned on doing next after beating Sheamus. Rusev said people called him a god, but maybe he was a saint, fending off Irish snakes. Now the world knew what he always knew, that he was better than Sheamus. Sheamus interrupted. He said he spoke to Pearce, who agreed that Rusev was a dirty, cheating bastard. So he issued a rematch. Rusev said he was here to dominate gold, not gingers. Gunther entered, and he was all smiles because he retired Bill Goldberg here. There was a small Goldberg chant in Birmingham. Gunther said the fans weren't very smart because Goldberg obviously wasn't here. Fans then started to chant, "You tapped out, you tapped out." And for some reason, the Netflix censors kicked in and they started bleeping out, "You tapped out." I don't know what they thought that they were chanting, but they clearly chanted, "You tapped out." Maybe they thought they chanted, "You fucked up, you fucked up." I don't know. I don't know why they're so quick to censor things. It's Netflix. Got fucking Love Island over there on Netflix. You can't fucking do anything as far as cutting a wrestling promo with some curse words in it. You got Love is Blind over there. But yet we're worried about fucking censoring Gunther's promo. Gunther said he fulfilled every promise. He bullied, humiliated, blew up, and choked out Bill Goldberg, ending his myth. There was only one question to ask. Who's next? He knew the answer would come soon, being that we have a gauntlet match to determine his SummerSlam opponent. He's going to watch from the suite as 5 of the finest competitors would compete for his amusement. Like he's Lord Caesar watching the Roman games. He's going to identify his SummerSlam challenger from the suite above. He didn't care who it was before he could finish. Bron Breakker and Paul Heyman interrupt Gunther's promo. Paul Heyman, he gets into the ring with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Bron Breakker's in there as well, standing very angrily. He shook Gunther's hand. He's got a microphone, and he began introducing himself. "My name is Paul Heyman," and Gunther cut him off. Gunther says he simply wasn't interested in hearing Paul Heyman cut a promo. "We know who you are. So I'm going to leave the ring." Bron Breakker steps in front of Gunther. Breakker faced off with Gunther, and Heyman then began to cut a promo on Gunther. Heyman said Breakker would run the gauntlet and beat Gunther at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. Heyman knew that was no easy task. He saw how Gunther beat Goldberg at Saturday Night's Main Event. But you haven't been speared until you've been speared by Bron Breakker. Breakker was the next big thing. Breakker is the big dog. And this was Bron Breakker's yard. Why? Because he was a Steiner. Or is a Steiner. He would break through the glass ceiling and break Gunther's ass at SummerSlam. And there's going to be a new World Heavyweight Champion. And his name is Bron Breakker. You see with Rollins removed how the pairing of Paul Heyman and Bron Breakker would be if it was just Bron Breakker and Paul Heyman. And if there is a Bron Breakker solo run after this, I would absolutely keep Paul Heyman with Bron Breakker. It's a fucking great combination. A lot of big dog, a lot of "this is my yard now" discussion. What is he talking about? Clearly he was letting you know in a very not so subtle way that Roman Reigns was looming somewhere. He tried to throw people off the scent, but fans are not stupid. These were the nicknames given to Roman Reigns when he was the babyface that Vince McMahon watched fail for 7 years. And the next big thing, obviously, Brock Lesnar. Braun stepped aside, Gunther left the ring, and we get the gauntlet match taking place. Bron Breakker versus Penta starts us off. Bron Breakker had control for a little bit. Penta being beat up by Bron Breakker makes his comeback. Penta tried a springboard, and it's the same spot that we've seen. I don't know what he was going for, springboard crossbody or a springboard clothesline, but midair, Penta speared out of the air by Bron Breakker, and that was basically the 1, 2, 3. Penta is not going to SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. Bron Breakker, he wrestled Penta for about 9 or 10 minutes. He gets LA Knight. LA Knight's out second. He got a big reaction. LA Knight was in control because he was the freshman, and Bron Breakker just wrestled Penta for a good 10 minutes. They go to a commercial break. Bron dropped him over the announce table. A double clothesline spot between LA Knight and Bron Breakker. When we came back from the commercial, they are both doubled down. Knight fights back, gets up, some jabs with Breakker, neck breaker, DDT, step up, flying elbow drop. Knight went for the BFT. Bron pushed him off. Bron tried for a drop kick, but LA Knight ends up hitting a power bomb on Bron Breakker. LA Knight went for the BFT again, but Bron raked his eyes and hit a lung blower. He then followed with a big spear. Another 10 minutes for Bron Breakker here. So we wrestled 20 minutes total. Beats LA Knight. 1, 2, 3. He's now 2-0 in this gauntlet match. The back and forth with LA Knight was a lot better, believe it or not, than the back and forth with Penta. Now, Penta and LA Knight lost here. I don't know what they do at SummerSlam. I don't see Penta not being on the SummerSlam card. I just don't know where they go, where they fit in. Out comes Jey Uso. He was number 3. He makes his way down from the crowd, yeeting. Jey immediately wiped out Bron with a suicide dive. They were headed towards a commercial break. With Bron Breakker on the outside, he did the thing, and we did the thing again, and we go into a commercial break. So Jey Uso had them replay and restart his music again mid-match with Bron Breakker. Tell me you're not serious about winning the World Championship without telling me you're not serious about winning the World Championship. After the break, Jey was in control, running hip attack in the corner. He goes for a cover, he gets a 2 count. Bron came back with a big-time Frankensteiner off the top rope. He goes for a cover. He gets a 2. Jey gets back up. Couple of super kicks. A spear of his own. Near fall on Bron Breakker. Jey then goes to the top, and he was about to deliver the Uso splash. All of a sudden, Bronson Reed yanked him off the top rope. Bronson Reed yanked him off the top rope in front of the referee. Michael Cole goes on to say that there were no DQs in a gauntlet match. I have no idea why that was the fucking situation. Isn't this a one-on-one match? Isn't this operating under standard rules? This guy's out there fucking doing what he wants right in front of the referee. No DQ. Was this described and explained to us during the fucking commercial before the match took place? Or am I fucking stupid? That's one thing I don't like. I don't like to have my intelligence insulted. There were ways around this. If you wanted him to interfere, Paul Heyman could have distracted the referee. We didn't need to operate a fucking match here under no DQ when I know it's a one-on-one match and there are disqualifications. What are the rules? They never explained the rules to us. No DQ meant that everything that Bronson Reed did was legal. He shoved Jey Uso off the top rope. Bron Breakker, clearly, you know what was coming next. A spear to Jey Uso, 1, 2, 3. That went about 8 minutes. He's wrestled now 28 minutes. And he's gotten 3 victories over Penta, LA Knight, and now Jey Uso. With 1 name left to go. And that was CM Punk. Bron Breakker, I don't know if he was running out of gas or not. If there's a guy in the company that wrestles 30 minutes and could probably wrestle another 30 more. It's Bron Breakker. Punk immediately attacked him. He walked down the aisleway, attacked him with his jacket still on. Punk set Bron out of the ring and removed his jacket during a commercial break. We come back from the break. Punk is still in control. Bron puts a stop to that, caught him off the ropes, and hit an overhead suplex. Bron then starts taunting CM Punk as he's down in the corner off the suplex. Is it clobbering time? What time is it, chat? What time is it, Krat? Is it clobbering time? No, it's not. Bron then hits a vertical suplex. Bron then hits a Frankensteiner. Punk countered into a cradle for a near fall. He then makes his comeback. Typical Punk comeback. The big running knee in the corner, the bulldog, the elbow drop. You guys know Punk's offense. After the elbow drop, he hits a elbow drop and gets a 2 count. Punk then went for the Anaconda Vice. So Bronson Reed starts to attack CM Punk. Again, no disqualifications. Just like the Jey Uso match, no disqualifications. Bronson Reed is just doing whatever he wants out there. I'm like, all right, I know where this is leading. Jey Uso runs back out, comes out to his music again, so we got everybody doing the thing again. Yeet. He takes out Bronson Reed with a spear. Bron Breakker went for a spear, but Punk booted him in the face as he was running towards him. Picked Bron Breakker up. GTS and CM Punk beats Bron Breakker after a good 38 minutes or so in this gauntlet match. And CM Punk is going on to SummerSlam to wrestle Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Bronson Reed gets in there after the match is over and starts to attack CM Punk as he was celebrating his victory. Jey tried to make the save, but Bron Breakker speared him, took him out. Bron speared Punk too. Bronson Reed stacked Punk and Jey on top of each other. He was going to deliver a double tsunami on both Punk and Jey Uso. Out comes Roman Reigns to a monstrous pop. Crowd went fucking crazy. Everybody kind of anticipated it. They were chanting OTC, OTC during this beatdown from Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. Comes on out. He's got his new OTC 1 merch. I don't know what OTC 1 is, but I find that to be a little ridiculous. What is OTC 1? Is he an android? Is he version 1 of OTC? Who was OTC before him? Roman Reigns was the OTC. He beat Solo Sikoa for the Ulafala on January 6th, Monday Night Raw debut on Netflix. Now he's the OTC 1. Do we have an OTC before Roman Reigns? I don't know. Is he an android? I am a cybernetic organism. What is he? Is he a Terminator? Is he getting ready to battle Skynet? Roman Reigns is out there. He hoists Reed on his shoulders, delivers a big time Samoan drop. He gave Bron Breakker a Superman punch. He then speared Bronson Reed. Reigns helped Jey to his feet. Punk put his hand up for Reigns to help him up. Reigns never did it. Punk got to his feet on his own. They gave each other a look. Reigns turned his attention to Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed on the stage. Crowd chanted OTC, and Roman Reigns stared at the heels as Punk embraced Jey, and the show goes off the air. 42 minutes of a gauntlet match. It could be a little bit better. I mean, I just find these WWE gauntlet matches, I don't know how you guys feel about the gauntlet matches in WWE. I just find them to be a little boring. I do. I think Tony Khan, the one thing that Tony Khan has done right is the gauntlet match. It's always great in AEW for the most part. The WWE gauntlet matches, this is the first gauntlet match that we've seen, I think, in a year, Michael Cole said. They're just not exciting. They're just not exciting. The gauntlet match that Kofi Kingston had, where he went nearly an hour, after that gauntlet match, WWE has seemingly tried to recreate the magic of Kofi Kingston winning that gauntlet match and getting a championship match at WrestleMania that year. Or what was it? A shot inside the Elimination Chamber? That was fucking great. They tried to recreate the magic of that Kofi Kingston win in the Gauntlet match, and they just never even came close. I just find them to be just boring. This wasn't bad. I just wish that they could kind of freshen it up a little bit. I don't know. So SummerSlam so far, I know we're 2.5 weeks from SummerSlam. There were already matches announced for SummerSlam. Clearly, you know John Cena will be defending the World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Championship, rather, against Cody Rhodes. That will be the main event of night 2 of SummerSlam in New Jersey. Naomi will defend the Women's World Heavyweight Championship against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Becky Lynch will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Lyra Valkyria. Tiffany Stratton will defend the WWE Women's Championship against Jade Cargill. Gunther will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk. Jelly Roll and Randy Orton will battle Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Other matches that you could potentially see on the SummerSlam card. Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. Solo Sikoa defending the United States Championship against Jacob Fatu. Sheamus versus Rusev. I'd love to see that. Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. And maybe Stephanie Vaquer teaming with Nikki Bella against the Secret Hervis. Maybe. But if that is the SummerSlam card, bro, I think we're eating good on August 2nd, August 3rd, chat. What do you think? And then Cross and Sammy. Yes, Cross and Sammy too. Yes. Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. I don't know, chat. How you feeling about that SummerSlam card? I know there were existing stories coming into this. They set up the championship matches via the Kane, Queen of the Ring. I know it's 2.5 weeks, but looking at that match card, man, I got to give WWE some credit, man. That looks like a tremendous fucking match card, honestly. I think that looks like a banger SummerSlam card for 2 nights. They fucking pulled it off. I don't know. The best SummerSlam ever? No. Now, we're not having that discussion. There's no SummerSlam better than the 2002 SummerSlam. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, man. We're not going there. Thank you guys very much for all your support, man. We had upwards towards 3,000 people in here on a Monday night, man. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you guys very much for all of your supports. If you want to get in and support the stream, Super Chats are open right now. Get them on in. It's the best way to support the show right here on Off the Script. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. And please make sure you go check out all of the other content on the channel. Everything you need is right there on the homepage. Live streams galore. Friday Night SmackDown, all in Texas. And then Evolution on Sunday night. And in there, a 1-hour recap of Saturday night's main event. Tonight, we conclude a Monday Night Raw that was very good tonight. Great post show. You guys killed it. Tomorrow, Tuesday Night Titans, where Jason and myself, the Solid Monster and myself, are going to wrap up this tremendous week of pro wrestling, man. Tonight's show is sponsored by Blue Chew. You guys know about Blue Chew, bro. We got a lot of people in the chat that could benefit from Blue Chew. I know you guys are tired of your performance fizzling out faster than a WWE storyline post-WrestleMania. Well, lucky for you, Blue Chew is here to make you go over every single time. There's no 50-50 booking here, bro, in the bedroom. There's main event energy all night long. Blue Chew has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, and it comes in a chewable tablet, and it comes at a fraction of the cost. So while Roman's stacking bodies, you guys are going to be stacking some other things. And here's the best part. It ships straight to you, discreetly, right to your front door. No awkward doctor visits. No waiting in line at the pharmacy behind the old blue-haired lady. No awkward conversations. Just you, her, and a performance so strong, it'll make her chant, "This is awesome." So head to BlueChew.com. Use code JD at checkout. All you guys need to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Because when it's time to lay the smackdown, you better bring the Blue Chew. Gotta love Blue Chew, man. Gotta love it. Yeah, you're gonna be stacking something, man. Like Roman stacking bodies, you're gonna be stacking something, bro. Who do we got, man? Who's the top right now? We got... Oh, man, we got our guy, Anthran, took the #1 spot. 5,050 XP. Captain Solo's #2 with 2,125. And Best in the World, Matt, sitting there with a lowly 1,100, bro. What's going on? Looks like Anthran Studios is going to win tonight's first ever OTS leaderboards here. I gotta give you guys a reward, man. Being that it's Monday, if you guys come in at #1, every stream I do during the week, meaning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, on the following Monday, I will gift you a mod in the chat permanently. That's your inspiration to get in the top of the leaderboard. So if you guys want to get in on that, man, I could always use some more mods, man, when Hologram is not here and when Sidro is not here. I think that'd be awesome. So if you guys want to get in on that and become #1 in the leaderboards, if you can maintain that #1 pole position, I'll make you a mod. How about that? That sound good? Get them on in. Super Chats help. Super Chat's the best way to do it. Comment in the chat. You guys get some XP by commenting and engaging in the live stream chat. What you got to do. Let's get with these Super Chats, man. Josh Carlos with a $4.99. Oh, my goodness. JD, these Alter Bridge album teasers are killing me, man. I'm hoping maybe we get a single release this week or next. Otherwise, I'm hyped. Bro, I can't wait, man. Tremonti and Kennedy have been writing, bro. I don't know what they're doing, but I think they're setting us up for something big, bro. I really do. I really do. Best in the World, Matt, with a $5 super chat. Ladies and gentlemen of the OTS venue, this is your daily reminder in the chat that Sean Ross Sapp eats corn the long way. Sounds like it hurts, bro. Does he at least put salt and pepper on his corn? Maybe a little bit of butter? Sapp is the kind of guy that would add soy milk to his latte in the morning. Nasty. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Today's word is long corn. JD OTS. Yeah. Yeah, no, he doesn't add any seasoning to his long corn, huh? Yeah, it seems like it. Seems like the type of guy. Hardcore Kevin with a $2 super chat. What's up, JD? What's your favorite pancake toppings? I am a fruit guy, bro. I like me some strawberries, blueberries, chocolate chip even. Maybe all together. I'm more of a waffle guy, though. I'm definitely more of a waffle guy. Waffles over pancakes. By the way, shout out to my good buddy Buff Llama. It's his birthday today. Hopefully he had a great birthday. I don't know if he's listening, but love you, buddy. Very happy to have you in my life, man. Hardcore Kevin, thank you, brother. Mo Jackson with a 199. I love Naomi, but can she chill with the yelling? No. No, that's what makes Naomi, bro. It's what makes the character, okay? Mo Jackson also with a 199. Naomi promos style need work. Hood talk is meh. I like it. I like it. Someone in the chat, I think Abyss, if he's here, Abyss in the chat says, it's on me to disable these ats. How do I do that? I'll do it right now. If somebody can figure out how to do it. How the fuck do I do that? Sean Ross Sapp pours syrup on himself. Oh, man. I don't ever want to know about that visual, man. I really don't. Robert Crowley with a 32 months. You're not a racist. People tell lies only because they don't want to know the truth. Have you ever played Saturday Night Slam Masters on Super Nintendo? I don't think I have. I don't think I have. How do I disable it? If someone can tell me how to disable it, I will do that. Is there a way? How do I disable it? Go Google it. Sean Rossat takes peas seated. Facts. It's in the settings? The settings for what? The settings for the stream? I might have to do it off stream. I gotta figure this out, bro. It looks awful. It looks awful. I don't know. Sean Rossap is a Diddy party goer. Does that mean he oils up? Is that why Johnson & Johnson baby oil stock has risen? Did he get mad? He got mad when you guys went into the chat? I didn't, by the way, I didn't tell anybody to go into the chat. You guys did that yourself. He could scour this fucking 2-hour stream. I didn't say one fucking word about you guys going in there. Yeah, Robert. I mean, everybody's just a misinformed, uninformed cretin, bro. They look to ruin anything successful, man. Anything successful. I am the most misunderstood individual in the entire community. He switched the chat to subscribers only. I didn't say anything, man. I didn't say go in there and harass him. Hooligram might have sent them, he says. Might have sent them. Oh, by the way, Chad, I gotta let you know, man. You know, it's funny. It's funny. I seen a picture of Dax, our good buddy Dax, floating around on social media today. I don't know if you guys are aware. apparently he put a caricature of me on a t-shirt and wore it to the All-In after party, where everybody apparently has started yet another rumor about me begging to get into the All-In after party in London last year, or the first year, 2 years ago. I didn't beg to get into anywhere. I didn't speak to a single fucking soul out there. The only one I spoke to was Simon Miller. Apparently, he put a caricature of me on a t-shirt, and it was making the rounds today. I find that to be oddly hilarious. Do you know how many t-shirts I own with Dax's likeness on it? Do you know how many FTR t-shirts I have? 0. Yet Dax owns a shirt with my likeness on it. It's funny how that works out, huh? That speaks louder than anything I could possibly sum up. That speaks louder to me as if I was at a Cannibal Corpse concert, front row. Even louder than that. Imagine how soft that locker room is, bro. They are so rattled by what I say about them weekly that they have stooped to the lengths of putting caricatures of me on a t-shirt. They don't even wear their own AEWshop.com merchandise. They wear me on their shirt. It's great, huh? Maybe I should get something with Dax's fucking face on it. Fuck the Revival. Maybe Dax eats corn the long way, too. Rent-free. Bro, I own so much real estate in that fucking locker room, man. I could build fucking a metropolis in that fucking locker room. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, man. Go directly to jail. Best in the world, Matt. $10 super chat. I have just received an anonymous email from the Raw general manager, and I quote, Sean Ross Sapp eats corn the long way. Oh. Well, that anonymous Raw GM, man, he's still working after hours, huh? What do we got to put on the corn t-shirt? Would you guys buy the corn t-shirt? I should really bring back the Get Off My TV design with fucking Sapp's likeness on it. That'll be great. Nate, 6382 with a $5 super chat. EO Cake challenging. I liked how you explained Mercedes and Banks. She was cool, charming. Now she's just cringe and probably really jealous of Evolution. Sasha was cool. Mercedes is not. Sasha was great. Mercedes is more like herself, and we're starting to see the real Mercedes, and it's not really all that likable, honestly. Has nothing to do with her in-ring ability. Still one of the best ever, but... Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. Bron is not ready for the ring general. I think he would be. Michelle with a $5 super chat. Doesn't Bron beating most of the top guys in one match seem counterproductive to building your roster? And tonight had too many women's segments. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle, that's I think those are both illogical statements there. I didn't mind the women's segments at all because the men got 45 minutes plus the overrun. Nate with the $2 super chat. Ha, too good to see Roman showing up to work. Cena showing more. DC 8643 with a $13.99. Wrestling is quite the journey. Hey, JD, crazy to think that what we went through with how Vince booked the big dog to where we are now. Roman is one of the most improved characters in WWE history. Bro, the show is infinitely better when he's on it. Just look at the reaction he got. There's not many people in that company that could even get a fourth of that reaction. Everything just feels larger than life when he's there. He's in that, like, I mean, that's like top of the mountain stuff, man. He's really up there all by himself. Michelle with a 5. What a pop for Roman. Goosebumps. Seth, especially now, is sorely missed, but key takeaway was Roman not helping Punk up. That may hurt Roman in the long run. Triple M, 24 months. He's got his golden microphone. Look at this guy here. Golden microphone. Yes, sir. Edge of Fate tomorrow. Bounty prepped and ready to go. Bro, I haven't done one fucking thing of bounty prep. I'm going in fucking 0. Day 1 raid team made. Gonna be a busy week. Enjoy your week, JD. Thank you, man. Hopefully I'll see you on tomorrow. Grant 94 with a $5 super chat. WWE might actually be setting up for a Bayley heel turn at SummerSlam. It's even looking likely that we could see Roman versus Breakker at SummerSlam too. No. Roman and Jey versus Breakker and Braun. Bronson Reed, that is. Braun. Elijah, 49 with 39 months. Hey, JD, long-time listener since I was 14. I'm 25 now. Keep kicking ass like you always do, brother. Cheers to you and the OTS family. Thank you, man. Look at that, man. 14 years old, now 25, man. Grown dude listening to the podcast still. Love it. Love it. Acid Rap with a $1 super chat. Thank you, man. Riley with a $4.99. I love when WWE backs are against the wall. Seems like they deliver better when the sky seems to be falling. I just wish they always had that energy. Yeah. The product in the last 72 hours feels a lot better than it did all summer so far. And even most of WrestleMania season. It's funny what a returning Roman Reigns can do to energize the audience. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. Punk wins at SummerSlam. Rollins cashes in that night on Punk because he's not really hurt. This has been one elaborate hoax. I'm tending to believe that this is a hoax. I am leaning towards this being a complete hoax. Major Motions with a $1.99. Naomi is how I like my oatmeal. Hot and thick. AF. Naomi's hot. Always has been. Jason Barker with a $5 super chat. Let's go. Hashtag Sean Ross Sapp eats corn the long way. Let's get it trending on X, y'all. Billy Sizane, what's up, brother? Corn rules with a $2 super chat. Billy, what's up? Leprechaun 6986 with a new membership. That's not true because that's Stu Sexton, and he's got a Mustang emote next to his name. I don't know why that says that. Thank you, Stu. Nick Morris, 9311 with a 2. Fuck, marry, kill. Vicaire. Bro, I can't answer this question, man. What are you talking about? This is a trick question, Nick Morris. I marry Stephanie and kill both Tom Glavine and Chipper Jones. Their legacies must be obliterated for me to marry Stephanie Vicaire. Street Fighter with $5 super chat. I'll say people don't dislike Rhea. They dislike how she's booked. Well, they don't make it seem that way on social media. No, I'm not answering it, Hologram. I'm not. I refuse to answer that question, bro. I'm not one of these soy drinking fucking butterflies on social media. I'm sorry. Anthran, thank you, brother, for the 100. Again, thoughts and prayers to you and your family during this time, brother. Thank you so very much. Zachary with a 499. Hey, JD, what do you think of LA Knight? And what is he doing at SummerSlam? I personally believe WWE screwed him tonight. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Your guess is as good as mine, bro. Who won the home run derby tonight? Who won the home run derby? Dalton Meister with a 5. I don't know why, but feel this is a turning point for this year's Rocky first half. Feels like this Raw and Evolution was a shot in the arm that they needed. Could be. Could be. SummerSlam looks like a really, really put together card. Major Motions with a 199. Oh, Cal Raleigh won it? Okay. Major Motions. I saw very racist comments towards Naomi. It said, yeah, people are fucking disgusting, bro. Yeah, I'm the racist, though. I'm the racist. Josh Collins with the 199. JD, Final Fantasy 7, OG or Chrono Trigger? Oh, man. I'm going to have to go Chrono Trigger, bro. Captain Solo with a $5 super chat. This brand split is now being run with Vince McMahon rules. Anybody can show up on any show, yeah. Exactly what they do. I don't know why. Lavelle with a $5 super chat. If Seth's injury is indeed a work, is it possibly his plan B? Could be. Also, if you notice, WWE is no longer promoting Cardi B as the host of SummerSlam. Good. Her music is fucking awful. If you listen to Cardi B and enjoy listening to Cardi B's music, I think you got some fucking mental deterioration up here. Brain rot. Captain Solo with a $25 super chat. Naomi's been doing her best work as this heel character. She's been absolutely killing it. And how about Io Sky in those Daisy Dukes? Great to see Roman Reigns back on my television. Thank you for all you do, Mr. JD. Thank you, Captain Solo. Parasite Eve was great too. That needs to be remade. I don't know why Capcom has waited so long on remaking Parasite Eve, man. They make a remake of Parasite Eve. It sells millions of copies. I don't know why we haven't done that yet. Eric M77 with a $20 super chat. What an incredible weekend of great wrestling. Both companies killed it. And after Raw tonight, Tony better have one banger of a fucking show on Dynamite, because if it's your typical pointless, no story shit, honestly, fuck him. He's announced nothing for the show. He'll announce everything on Wednesday morning. The show isn't written yet. Typical sloppy shop over there. I wouldn't be surprised if Sap listens to Cardi B. I could almost tell you instantaneously he has terrible taste in music. Doug with a 199. Hey, JD, how would you book Dragunov when returning? It's a good question. I genuinely don't know, but I miss him. Oh, it's Square Enix. That's right. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Resident Evil 0. That's what I'm thinking about. Resident Evil 0. Code Veronica. Code Veronica is what I'm thinking about. Yes, they need to remake that. Why isn't that a remake? I don't fucking know, bro. If Code Veronica was remade, bro, millions of copies for Capcom. Parasite Eve, too, if they want to fucking remake that. Square. Code Veronica is what I was talking about. J-Bone, 61927 with a 199. JD, fellow Braves fan here. Love the channel, bro. Thank you, brother. I wish we were doing better this year, but the season's theoretically all over. Acid Rap 13 with a $2 super chat. SRS uses corn oil. I don't use corn oil. I use olive oil. Rome Collector with a $2 super chat. Viral Style is selling that shirt that Dax wore. Should I buy it? Anybody want to buy that Dax t-shirt for me? It's got to be a store set up by somebody in AEW. But the fact that they did it, knowing that they had me on the brain, man, it's... what can I tell you, man? I don't know. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. SRS and Dax both sharts. Corn. Yeah. Tenario. $5 super chat. JD, what SummerSlam do you think is underrated? 1993. I thought 1993 was a great SummerSlam. Sailor Siren 596. 31 months. Mario Kart Monday. Also just wanted to say OTS for life. Yes, guys, no Mario Kart Monday tonight. I just am tired. I did not get good sleep at all. I tried to squeeze in a nap today. I did not. So no Mario Kart Monday, man. We'll try again on Friday. And Cornell Bryant with a 199. Dax dangles nuts upside down. Yeah. He does. They all do. Half of that locker room does. Thank you guys very much for all of your support, man. I appreciate you guys. We ended up Anthorad, number 1. Captain Solo, number 2. And Best in the World Matt comes in at number 3, man. There you go. We'll see if Anthorad can keep his number 1 spot. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the other content on the channel. Plenty of it. You know what happens tonight? Because theoretically it's Tuesday. Tuesday Night Titans, man. The best two-man power trip in the entire space. We'll break down this entire beautiful pro wrestling weekend. Solomon Monster and I are going to do our thing, man. So join us on Tuesday night, 8:30. You guys know the deal. Follow me on social media. Hit that subscribe button down below. And please, turn on the bell for all the notifications. Make sure you guys tune in to us. It's going to be a great show on Tuesday Night Titans. Until then, have a great Tuesday. And we'll see you right here live for TNT. We'll see you guys later.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OTS News. I am back. I am mean, Marky D. Late breaking news on this early Tuesday morning. You know, some guys think they've got the scoop. like Sean Ross Sapp tweeting out every half-baked rumor like it's gospel. But when it's your time to deliver, you can't be coming up short like one of his exclusive maybe not reports. That's why you need Blue Chew. The only thing more reliable than Sapp is at getting something up. Same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets. Fast acting and stronger than a Kenny Omega V-Trigger. It's prescribed online, shipped discreetly, and trust me, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't some dirt sheet fantasy. This is real. This is main event certified. Sean Ross Sapp has built a career leaking half-truths and calling it journalism. Man's biggest scoop was figuring out how to monetize Twitter beef. The latest at 6. This is OTS News. My name is Mean Marky D, and we'll see you live with the Salamonster on Tuesday Night Titans.